Hello, guys. How are you? Back at it again. In between calls, as usual. Thank you so much for coming and watching my channel. I appreciate you for joining my channel and for watching my videos. Let me say that. Thank you so much for all of you guys who have commented below on my other videos. I really love you guys and thank you so much. So I am coming to you briefly as I look at my screen with a question, and I'm going to pose this question for all those who may work from home. Now, if you work at an on-site facility, you can also, well, this is mainly for those who work from home. How do you know? My question is, how do you know when it's time to leave that job, position, job? How do you know? What are some of the characteristics that you notice when you are feeling that it's time to go? So, in my previous videos, we talked about how this job is very, very much disliked. I'm not going to say the word because, So, and today I had one call that drove me to a decision to where I feel like it's time or it's nearing the time. I don't know if God has put it in my spirit to, I have to actually just really, really maybe take a day off or so to go and look for other jobs, because I had talked to one of my colleagues asking, we call them mentors, and to ask a question because I had to do something that I've never done before and it put me at such an unease. Now, that's just one part of it. But the caller that I had, uh, it was really sad. Had me crying. I was literally crying, but she didn't hear me sobbing. But she was telling a story about what had happened to her in her childhood that prompted her to where she is right now. When she first got on the call, she said 40 years ago. So I didn't think nothing about it. But then as she began to tell the story about when she was 20, that added up to what her age is today. Wow. And people are so heartless and they have no compassion. And the system is jacked up and it's doing some bad things to these people. And then they want to consider them as loco, cuckoo. But they want to pump you up with so many of their pharmaceutical products and then call and consider you as unfit, claim you as being being, I'm just, y'all, but I'm like, you ain't that crazy. I'm saying to myself, you ain't that crazy. You remember all this stuff. Sometimes trauma will cause you to forget and take you to a place like you have been so traumatized as a young person that you go blank and you don't remember, and people think you crazy, but they don't know that in your past you had such a traumatizing life that you just want to go and just hide somewhere and you just want to get away from what happened. This woman told me some stuff today, y'all, that I'm like, you ain't crazy. You ain't If you crazy, you ain't that crazy. You got some sense. You know what you're talking about. And the help that I was trying to get, because being, uh, I'm not a behavioral health professional. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to help people in between calls, guys, but I'm going to have to actually spend some time with the Lord, because there is a feeling that I'm feeling right now about this company, and I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm saved and I love Jesus, but sometimes you are just unsure about certain things, and you want to make sure that you are following after him, and rather than making rash decisions or unnecessary decisions without acknowledging him, then that's not what I want to do. So the way I feel is not, I mean, that was today, and then the other day it's like 3 days in a row and I'm still not feeling it. I don't really like, okay, God, what are you saying? So yeah, I think it's coming up. I don't know what God is going to do, but I think that he is doing something. Well, I know he's doing something, but I just don't know what and when and how. But as we continue to seek him and ask for his guidance and direction, that he will lead us. But yeah, y'all, this world, and we talk about corporate, but this world is jacked up. You hear me? This world is jacked up. There's some stuff going on, and we'll look at people who don't seem to be on our level. Y'all go with me, right? It's people who seem to not be on the level that we're on, so we consider them as cuckoo for cocoa puffs. But we don't know what happened in their past to drive them to a place where they just lose it, and they'd rather be in that state of mind than to be where they were and what happened to them in their past. Traumatized, abused physically, emotionally, sexually, and they lose themselves. It's crazy. And it was so hard for me. I didn't know what to do, didn't know what to say, but cry and pray. I just said, I can only imagine what you experienced. I went on my break, and I told my husband I quit again. And I'm serious, I quit again. And I went back to work, got back and I just told the acting supervisor, I need a mental break from this last call. It was too much. And I took about an additional 10 minutes. But I know it's all about us helping being an advocate for these people. I just wish that I had the funds to be able to assist them financially, and then also have some type of spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Um, Spiritual advice, encouragement. Sometimes people just need somebody to listen to. Sometimes people just want to be heard. And this is where we make our voice heard on here on these platforms. So let's listen. Don't shut people off. Let me say this. Don't shut people off. Don't shut them out because you don't think that they are sane. When we that's supposed to consider ourselves normal keep doing same repetitive things over and expect different results. What they call that? Insanity. But we call them cuckoo for cocoa puffs. But we steady doing the same stuff over and over again and expecting to get a different result. That's insane. Okay? So don't next time you see somebody that don't look like you and don't talk like you, and don't discount them, because you never know what they've been through. And I'm going to get off this horn because I'm still emotional, and I'll start preaching, and this is not the time. But I thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. God bless you. Pray for me as I pray for you, okay? Don't give up. Don't give up. Continue to push forward as I will, and only with God's help. God bless. Love you. Thanks for watching.